I would like to call to order the regularly scheduled board meeting of the Paris Union School District Number 95 Board of Education for Monday, March 13th, 2017. Let the record show that all members are present except for member Tuttle. Voting sequence for this meeting is as follows: Bailey, Isaac, Noteful, Mathis, Sanchez, and Idle. Did I say Isaac or Idle? Yeah, to get back in the swing of things. I'm used to 85 degrees. Audience to visitors. Anybody want to say anything? Consent agenda. I assume everybody's had a chance to read the minutes and look at the financial information. Any questions on it? You want to say anything about that, or are we good?
Well, yeah, I do. As of today, I went on to FRIZ, which is like the funding. It shows you what they have vouchered. And we have over $300,000 still sitting at the comptroller's desk that they have not sent on, and that's not including two additional ones, because you're supposed to get 4 categorical, so that's 2 categorical. And then there's also some that's like early childhood grant in there as well. So we were $300,000 just sitting there that we're unsure if we'll ever get. And it'd be nice to get the other 2 additional categoricals to be fully funded. So I think it's important to recognize that a lot of times you'll hear our legislators say right now, K-12 is the only thing that was fully funded this year. That's just simply not true. I can show you for it. It's just not true. It's a lie. And that, I know that's a strong word, but it's just not true. If you can say you're funding us, but if you don't send the check, you're not funding us. So, if you look at expenditures, some things that I think look good is we're supposed to be at 66% this month, and that's the number I'm looking for. So under my expenditures, you look in the Ed Fund, we're at 65%, so we're 1% below. O&M is at 55%, so they're 11% below. Transportation's at 57%, so we're holding a good line when it comes to expenditures. Again, with bond and interest, tort, those funds, those are not reoccurring on a regular basis. So like your bond payments, you only make a one time, or you make them twice throughout the year. So, but overall, I think our expenditures look good. Our revenues look fine at this time. I think the thing that you're gonna see in the next 4 months is if the state is not giving us money, if they're not sending money over, you're gonna start to see our funds start to deplete. So like, for example, the transportation fund, I know we're at 57% under expenditure. That's also because we budgeted a deficit. So this is the first month in our transportation fund where you'll see a $30,000 deficit. So if we don't get transportation categorical funding, that's only gonna dig deeper.
What is the value of a categorical normally? 125,000?
It's about 125,000. It just depends. I would say about 125,000 is probably a pretty good range.
Okay. So we're about $550,000 short of revenue at this particular time.
Well,
That's been funded and not.
as of right now, 300,000 is on FRIZ that they should send over to us. That is literally sitting on the comptroller's desk or computer. You know, that they need to hit enter and send it out our way. And it's not just us. In fact, there are 2 school districts. There are 2 school districts that I just caught in the news that weren't able to make payroll. Now, we're not even close to that. But I am aware of 2 school districts that are having a hard time floating their payroll even. It was Alton was having, Alton School District, and another one was, I think it was like, I hate to say the name of the school district, it started with a Z, it was like Ziegler or something. Yeah, had a hard time. So,
Are those schools under the state watch as far as their?
I'm not sure. I was just reading, I read through all the educational news articles, and we are fine. We have, you know, a fund balance that's built up. We are right within what we budgeted for. It's just, it's discouraging on the revenue side, because we're doing everything we can with expenditures. It just depends on what the state decides to give us. So that's all I got on finances.
Any other questions on the consent agenda? I would entertain a motion.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Would each member please respond to the motion? Bailey? Yes. Isom?
Yes.
Notful?
Yes.
Mathis?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Islands, yes. You got anything, Dean? Jeremy, it's your agenda.
Okay. The first thing is we have a memorandum of understanding. The Association of Paris Teachers has approved a memorandum of understanding for the next 2 school years to create the leadership role of team leader at the elementary buildings. The memorandum will sunset in 2 years at the same time as the APT contract. At this time, I'm asking the board to approve the memorandum of understanding with the APT for the creation of the elementary team leaders.
Second.
Any discussion? A motion has been made and seconded to approve the memorandum of understanding with the APT. Would each member please respond to this motion? Bailey? Yes. Isom?
Yes.
Notful?
Yes.
Mathis?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Islands, yes.
Next is we have a resignation. Mr. Gus Johnson, Mayo Middle School band director, has submitted his letter of resignation, which will be effective at the end of the 16-17 school year. At this time, I'm asking the board to approve Mr. Johnson's resignation.
Second.
Any discussion? Motion has been made and seconded to approve the resignation of Mr. Gus Johnson. Would each member please respond to the motion? Bailey? Yes. Isom?
Yes.
Notful?
Yes.
Mathis?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Islands, yes.
Next, we have an intergovernmental agreement. The Regional Office of Education transfers the county facility sales tax to each school district once they receive the funds through the Department of Revenue. The Regional Office of Education asks each school district's Board of Education to approve an intergovernmental agreement for the transfer of funds. And then I put on there, please note that this agreement is that the interest earned off those funds while in their account stays with the ROE for the purposes of transferring the funds. So that's what funds the wire transfers, from my understanding. Are there any questions about that?
I got a lot of them, but none.
At this time, I'm asking the board to approve the intergovernmental agreement between the Regional Office of Education and the Paris Union School District number 95 for the transfer of county facility sales tax. And I just want to say one more thing. This is the exact resolution that all school districts pass to have the county facility sales tax. So it's not unique between us and the ROE. So at this time, I recommend the resolution, or the intergovernmental agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? A motion has been made and seconded to approve the intergovernmental agreement with the Regional Office of Education. Would each member please respond to this motion? Bailey?
Yes.
Isom?
Yes.
Yes.
Mathis?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Islands, yes.
Next, we have the ISA membership. Carolyn Wentz Elementary School and Mayo Middle School are both members of the Illinois Elementary Schools Association. Annually, the Board of Education is asked to approve this membership. At this time, I'm asking the board to approve the 17-18 IESA membership for Carolyn Wentz Elementary School and Mayo Middle School.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Is Memorial not in there?
Memorial does not have ISA membership because they don't have activities that fall under ISA.
Okay. A motion been made and seconded to approve the IESA membership. Would each member please respond to the motion? Bailey?
Yes.
Isom?
Yes.
Notful? Yes.
Mathis?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Islands, yes.
Next, we have the principal's contract. Mr. Dawn's contract is enclosed for your review. I am recommending a 1-year contract at a base salary of $69,829 plus the additional benefits. Please note that this contract is the same as the 16-17 school year. At this time, I'm asking the board to approve the contract for Gary Dawn as Memorial Elementary School principal for the 17-18 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? A motion has been made and seconded to approve the contract for Mr. Don for the 2016, 2017, 2018 school year. Would each member please respond to the motion? Bailey? Yes. Isom?
Yes.
Notful?
Yes.
Mathis?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Islands, yes.
Next, we have the superintendent slash principal's contract. Enclosed is the contract for superintendent principal. I am recommending a one-year contract at a base salary of $102,000 plus additional benefits. Please note this is the same contract as the 16-17 school year, including the addendum that was adjusted recently with a base of $102,000. At this time, I'm asking the board to approve the contract for Jeremy Larson as superintendent slash principal for the 17-18 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, can we adjust this if we want to make it like for 3 years? You know, like a 3-year contract instead of one?
I can, assuming that we can, discuss what length of contract we would like to have and what length of contract Mr. Larson would like to have. And, it's my understanding that Mr. Larson prefers the one-year contract situation, but I'll let him speak for himself.
Well, I think that I'm satisfied with the one-year contract and it doesn't bother me. You know, I think that a one-year contract is, do you mind if we move into executive session to discuss my employment? Is that okay?
I think that's probably a good idea.
All right, let's do executive session.
We need a motion to,
You want to finish the informational items and then?
Oh, yeah, we can do that. All right, so some informational items include, I apologize. We have, first of all, I apologize, I'm a little off. Okay, election. On April 4th, the next school board elections will be held. If the canvass of votes is submitted to the school district before the April board meeting, the Board of Education will reorganize by selecting officers and Paris High School board members. If the canvass does not come in time, we may hold a special board meeting in order to meet our timeline of placing board members. Additionally, we will need to discuss the appointment of board members to committees. And the other thing about that is that the high school board, it is my understanding that this time, that whoever we send up there, one of our 3 members will become the board president at the high school level. So that's something that we need to be keeping in mind and be thinking about as we move forward. So next month, we could be reorganizing and selecting officers, discussing committees, and then that could affect the high school board. So that's a discussion that needs to be had at some point between board members. And I can describe that process and however you guys select officers, that's completely up to you guys. Any questions or thoughts on that?
Well, I'll be going off the high school group,
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be interested
for sure.
if nobody else is.
Because we've done our 2 years, and it's, the way it works is somebody else wants to be on it. It's the way it started and the way it was done to begin with, and except for whoever the board president's automatically on there. So,
what's your opinion?
but the other guys,
We'll discuss it.
you know,
So I'm going to move on to the next topic. We have the District Improvement Planning meeting. Last month, the District Improvement Planning Committee met to review the internal reviews conducted by each school. Each school was able to discuss strengths, areas for improvement, and goals for the upcoming school year. On March 23rd at 6 p.m., we plan on opening the doors to the community to get input on goals and areas for improvement. This meeting will last approximately 1 hour, and community members will have the opportunity to provide input into an array of areas within the school district. We currently have over 100 people. As of today, we have 112 people signed up, and it is my goal to have 200 people signed up. So we're going to keep working on that. And so I hope to see everyone there March 23rd, 6 p.m. Mayo Middle School. The next topic is our strategic plan. This month, we enter into the 4th quarter of the school year. Next month is technically the 4th quarter of the fiscal year. A few updates on the district strategic plan include physical education teachers are going to begin administering the fitness gram assessment for the 2nd time this year. We are proud to report that our first round went smoothly and our parents were very informed about the process. With the conclusion of the 2nd round, we will be reporting our data to the State Board of Education. Another area under health and wellness is that the administrators have been working on assessing the cafeteria and physical education programs against the healthy standards of the USDA. And so we're going to submit application over and to see where we rank. So once we commit that application, we'll get feedback on our program. So we're excited to hear back from them. This past month, Paris 95 concluded our parent engagement series for Title I. These events included bowling, Chewy's Art Night, and the movies. We had several parents turn out for these events. The response was overwhelming. And finally, this past month, the Finance Committee and Building Grounds Committee met to review the current status of our school district budget and updates on summer projects. Both committees had developed a long-term plan at the start of the fiscal year, and we are now currently monitoring to see how those develop throughout the fiscal year. The Transportation Committee also met jointly with Crestwood and MSP Transportation to discuss opportunities to work together in the future. Overall, our strategic plan is complete and growing. If there's any direction or topic that you would like our school district to work on or assess, please let me know. So we try to monitor those the best we can. Next, we have the Wentz boiler. There will be a meeting March 15th at 2:30 to discuss the different options for the Wentz boiler. That's this Wednesday at 2:30. IASA workshop. Every 5 years, we are required to get recertified to do teacher evaluation. This is our year to get recertified. It's the very first time in the recertification process. I was worried that we weren't going to get, I was worried about when is it going to come up. We kept our eyes peeled. We were able to host the Illinois Association of School Administrators right within our own school district, invite all the surrounding school administrators, and it turned out that we were the first recertification in the state of Illinois. And so it just shows you that we are on top of the game, and we feel good about that. And then just the calendar update. I know that a lot of school districts have already approved their school calendar. I don't want anyone to think that I am neglectful of that. We are waiting for the state legislature to come back on our waiver so that we can have up to 5 full days of half days at the beginning of the school year. So it's a flexibility to have up to. We're planning on having 3. So, any questions on informational items? Okay, at this time, I would request the board go into executive session to discuss the employment of the superintendent. And do I have anyone who would like to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Jeremy, you have time to talk to me this week about the 23rd? Feeding Carol Nancy.
Nancy.
You're surprised.
At this time, I'm asking the board to approve the contract for Jeremy Larson as superintendent/principal for the 17-18 school year, and that is a 1-year contract.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
No, thank you.
All right. The motion been made and seconded to approve the contract for Jeremy Larson as superintendent/principal for the 2017-2018 school year. Would each member please respond to the motion? Bailey?
Yes.
Isom?
Yes.
Knopfler?
Yes.
Yes.
Mathis? Sanchez?
Yes.
I believe yes. I changed it.
That wouldn't shock me, right?
Okay.
Nothing.
Any committee reports? Public hearings or petitions, unfinished business, matter to follow up, new business, right to revert to executive session, we already did. I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are officially